Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for this Sunday, September 24th, 2023. We're going to look at the hazards for the lower 48 and then get into the tropical and SPC outlooks briefly here. We have the remnants of the tropical storm Ophelia that hit the North Carolina coastline, made landfall in the eastern North Carolina, and moved up into Delmarva. And so we have some flood watches, but not as many as anticipated earlier. But the remnants of Ophelia is moving and bringing some flood watches to the southern Maryland eastern shore communities down there by Ocean City and west of Ocean City there, and some of those areas on the western side of the Chesapeake Bay there, through St. Mary's County and some of those southern counties of Maryland there. We also have the heat advisories extending into mid-Texas, North Texas. You're no stranger to heat advisories this year. So if you're in the DFW area, Austin, through the Red Hills of Texas, Waco, all the way down through the central valleys of Texas there, and also in the Corpus Christi to that. And in the west, we have some flood watches extending on the Oregon coastline and northern California there, and that's also there. But elsewhere, it's pretty quiet across the country. That's a pretty good thing for the rest of the country. Now, looking at the Hurricane Center curse and Hurricane Center here, we have the map here. There's the remnants of Ophelia right there. It's moving northeast at 12 miles an hour. So it'll move off the coast here shortly after tonight, back into the Atlantic Ocean. It's just the remnants there, and that's pretty much it for that. But coastal flooding is a concern there along the Chesapeake once again, and Chesapeake Bay areas and the Delmarva. So that'll be pretty much 1 to 3 foot of water rise is possible there. So no big deal, but just be aware of that. Now, we have Tropical Storm Philippe out here. Winds are at 50 miles an hour, 1,000 millibar pressure, moving west at 12 miles an hour. It's going to be battling wind shear here, unfortunately, most of the week here. But it is going to be forecast to become a tropical storm, and it's going to move northwest, but much in the fashion that the other two storms did earlier. This one looks to move a couple thousand miles to the east of Bermuda, so it's not going to affect any land masses in the Caribbean or in North America, for that matter. So that's great news for everyone heading out there, but it is forecast to continue to kind of strengthen into a medium-grade tropical storm with winds around 60 miles an hour, sustained winds of Tropical Storm Philippe. So it's going to be just for shipping interest. And then we also have an area of disturbance south of the Cabo Verde Islands here, the Cape Verde Islands here. 40% chance of development in 7 days here. This one's a little bit south of north here. This is closer to the Intertropical Divergence Zone, the ICTZ zone. So it's well south here. I'll give you a satellite picture here, and you can see it's just very disorganized right now. However, if it does form, it'll become our next named storm. It'll be Rena, and this will be moving in a westward fashion, but we're still a couple of days out from that, and it's battling wind shear out here in the central Atlantic, way out here, along with Philippe that's battling the wind shear. So we'll see about that later on in the week. Now, SPC outlooks, the Storm Prediction Center outlooks here. You can see most of the bullseyes in Texas. There's a 2 out of 5 chance if you're in Texarkana coming through I-20 there, the I-20 corridor from Texarkana to DFW, and that I-10 corridor slightly there from Lake Charles back into Beaumont and Houston. There's an enhanced 1 out of 5 going on there. I'm sorry, 3 out of 5 from I-20 chance there. And then a 2 out of 5 chance if you're on the I-10 corridor coming through Beaumont, Houston, and San Antonio, Texas on that deal. So that's what we got going on there. Most of it's concentrated in Texas. That's day 1. As we continue through day 2 and day 3 in this upcoming week, you can see the areas shift further east, but it's just a marginal risk. We're talking a 2 out of 5 level basically for most of the eastern seaboard and upper Midwest. And then day 4, day 5, and day 6 is nothing really to show for those days as far as potential severe weather storms here. There is a secondary severe weather peak in middle of October to look out for, but the majority of the severe weather peaks in terms of tornado and things of that nature is already passed on Dixie Alley and all that, Tornado Alley and Dixie Alley. So that's great news on terms of that on that front. So this has been your tropical weather outlook for the lower 48 United States. Thank you for joining me on this edition. Talk to you in the next one.